With the passage of Hurricane Irma, no one was spared. Not even the security arm of the territory was spared. Commissioner Michael Matthews, it's an honor to see you without a scratch, but
Thank you,
I know
Catherine.
you've had a really great experience that I know you may not have ever had any place else in this world. Tell me about that experience on that dreadful day.
Like you've said, I don't think anyone can describe it accurately, and you're never going to be able to tell people what really happened that day. But it's been a catastrophic event for this territory, and yes, we've all lost everything. I've lost my home, but who hasn't? And the important thing is our loved ones. Hopefully most of them were found safe. Sadly, we have had, as you know, 5 confirmed deaths as a result of Hurricane Irma, and that is a tragedy again in itself. And I send my deepest sympathies to the families of those losses. But on the whole, most people have come through at least knowing that their loved ones made it through as well, and property can be replaced.
Okay. But you still have a job to do in terms of the security of the territory, the people, business places. How have you been faring considering the fact that you have lost almost everything, including your transportation?
Well, we've fortunately seen a very quick reaction by the UK government, and there's already over 300 Royal Marines here in the territory. And this afternoon, 50 more police officers, arrived from the Metropolitan Police, and I had 12 armed officers come from the Cayman Islands Police last night. So we are boosting our physical resources, and it's taking time, but we are getting out into the communities again. And I want to give that level of reassurance to the community to say we are on the ground, we are there 24/7. I've got a very big armed capability here now because we are well aware that there are criminals roaming who have been looting and that firearms have been prevalent throughout the territory. However, we've been making arrests, we've been seizing firearms, and we are going to deal very robustly with people who we've identified. Even though we haven't arrested them at the moment, we are identifying people who've been involved in looting, and we will be dealing very, very robustly with those individuals. If they think that the BVI is their future and they're not a local, well, that's an interesting question to be answered once they're hauled before the courts.
Okay, Commissioner, how can you assure persons that they can be safe within the period that the curfew is not on?
Yeah. Well, of course, I understand the fear that there is naturally about because, the infrastructure's gone and people feel nervous and rumour control is rife. One of the biggest challenges we face is that there's a breakdown in communications. Mobile phone masts have gone, so everyone is scratching around for information. And sadly, rumour control takes over from accurate information. What is accurate is, yes, we've had looting, but we've also made arrests. Yes, we've had escaped prisoners, but we've also captured some. Generally speaking, to the hours of daylight, it's pretty safe out here. But one of the main reasons we put a curfew on from 6 in the evening till 9 in the morning is so essential work can get done. Essential supplies can get through without being disrupted by queues for petrol, for example. And the essential workers can get on with restoring vital services to the community. So I'm pleading to everybody, and I know the message hasn't got out there to all of the communities yet because of this communications problem. But if you're listening to this broadcast, if you're seeing this broadcast tonight, I'm pleading with you personally, please comply with this curfew. It is for your safety, and it's to ensure that we get the BVIs back on its feet as soon as possible.
Okay. How are your staff doing?
Well, I've got to be honest and say that I am so proud of the officers that are working here. I've got officers who've lost everything, like we were talking about, who are still returning in and reporting for duty and providing that policing service. They've got no homes to go back to. They're sleeping rough on the floors of the police stations. But that's what policing is all about. We are committed to serving the public and to keeping the public safe. And we are still doing our very, very best to try and achieve that goal.
How have you been faring in terms of fanning out to other sister islands, Antigua, Yes Van Dyke, Virgin Gorda?
We've got police officers on all of those islands. We even had an officer who volunteered to stay on Antigua rather than be evacuated before the storm. But obviously, officers are all extremely tired. They've been working extremely long hours. I think we're all feeling the effect of that. But tomorrow I'm making my way on the police launch to Virgin Gorda, and yesterday one of my senior officers visited Jos van Dijk. We recognise there is a strain on the officers because there's even less support on the sister islands than there is on the main island of Tortola. But again, I'm looking to get the support of the Royal Marines to go out to the sister islands within the next 24 hours as well.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Michael Matthews, and I look forward to continue seeing this a very pleasant face of yours.
And can I just say, it's a delight to see you two ladies still around too.
Thank you so much. And so we've heard from the Commissioner of Police, and he's appealing to everyone to adhere to the curfew. It's been extended, and it's now 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. daily. Until there's a further notice, that's the hours that you are to remain indoors. With this JTV News update, I'm Kathy Richards.